and I am in 4th grade. The reason why I made this video is because I want to tell the message that I got from God and the dream that I got from God. And my mom will help me out if I forget some parts of my dream. Oh yes, and by the way, I'm from Indonesia. So let's start off with the message that I got from God. So on September 18, before I slept, I heard God spoke to me. On October 10, there will be a big disaster. And that night I had a very long dream, the fourth one of the same dream. And the dream was, I saw a big dark blue microchip that went right past by me, my sister, and my mom like this. And it went through the hallway and it landed on my dining table. And from the front door, Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, and 3 guards came and said we should vaccine these people here. And then we got raptured. It was on a new year and I was in a Zoom class. My teacher said, grade 4, please make a line, and that's how I know I was still in grade 4.
How do you know that it was on the New Year?
Because I heard a loud voice of the shofar. It was long and loud.
And then what happened?
And then we were raptured.
What did you see when you were raptured?
I saw tall buildings, clouds, and I go to space.
Did you see other people also get raptured?
Yes.
Can you describe?
So how I saw them being raptured is I was raptured and I saw another country, they were raptured, and I saw another country again and I saw people being raptured again.
After you arrived on space, what did you see?
I saw God and millions of angels and people.
Okay, can you describe how God looks like?
God looks tall and he was big.
Can you see his face?
No.
So what did God say?
God say that you were here on the first rapture.
What happened to your clothes when you arrived on space?
My clothes changed into a white long dress.
Okay, so after you arrive at space, you said you looked down to Earth to see what happened. So what did you see?
I could see thunder, which is 20 times more loud than the usual one. And I could see rain that lasted for weeks. And I could also, after the rain, there was earthquake.
How about flood?
There was flood before the earthquake.
Okay.
And then there was tsunami.
Tsunamis. Okay.
Yes.
So you said you saw lightning strikes cars.
Yes.
And how about airplanes? What did you see?
Airplanes crash because some pilot, co-pilot, and passengers are also raptured.
Before rapture happens, did you see any disaster happening on Earth?
No, there was no disaster yet.
Okay, and then what happened to the buildings when earthquake happens? Did you see? Did you see any building or houses?
Before they were flooded, like the first floor until the fourth floor, and then after the buildings went down, there was earthquake, and then I could only see the roof left because the flood was so deep.
And after the tsunami, what happens next?
There was many buildings which I can't even see.
Okay. You mentioned ice, hail.
Yes, there was ice rain, hail,
yeah.
and I could see ice which is as big as a car's front windshield.
The car's windshield. So the size was as big as the car's windshield.
Yes.
So After that, you said you went up to heaven. What did you do?
We went up to heaven and we fought the devil with the words from the Bible.
And what happened to the devil?
The devil got down every time we say a word.
Okay. After the devil fell down, what did you do?
We went back to space to see what's on to Earth. We could see Donald Trump.
What happened to him?
He was elected as the last president.
Okay. You said something about nuclear bombs?
Yes, I could see nuclear bombs going to America. So Bill Gates and Dr. Fauci vaccine kids in schools.
And okay, so what happens to those people who get the vaccine?
Their skin color changed.
Explain more.
They became zombies.
Explain about the skin color first.
The skin changed into different colors.
Say more.
Like green, yellow, blue, red, and very black. The arms became longer.
And finally they became zombie.
Yes.
What did the zombie do?
They eat people but kill them first, and after they eat.
So kill and then eat.
Yes.
Okay. You said you saw fake news to cover up about the rapture. So what was the news?
Before the people became zombies, they could tap their phone like this, and the phone would go out like that. And then the news was there was like UFOs, alien abductions, and Christians killing themselves.
Okay, so before those people with the vaccine and with the chip, before they became zombies, they could just tap their arms and the mobile phone just appear on the air.
Yes.
And they could read news from over there.
Yes. All the zombies who were controlled by a remote control.
And you said that finally they got some kind of disease?
Yes, they got sores all over their bodies, and when they popped, it was blood. I saw a tube in Europe, somewhere in Europe, and it was also made by Europeans. And I saw the tube go to space, so it was so long until it got to space. And it reached the sun, and after it melted, and the tube on top, it was smaller than the bottom one.
So the tube was a type of a building.
Yeah, so it got in like this. I could see Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, and the president of France holding a frame of one eye, a picture from one eye.
Okay, tell about flying cars.
I could see flying cars that shoot bombs to people that don't use vaccine.
So who drove the flying cars?
No one drove the flying cars, but it was controlled in the control center.
Okay, and then you saw Israel. What did you see in Israel?
I could see Israel with war, so Israel was in war. And I could see two people in Jerusalem preaching. The temple was halfway done.
Okay, and you saw that Earth was red. What happened?
Because the sun seems so close to it, but the sun is still on its spot.
How about the planet? What's the planet that you saw?
I saw Neptune. It was still on its spot, but it looks very close to Earth. So if you're in Earth, you could see Neptune very close, and the Earth became so windy and hot. I could see stars, which some of them is small, medium, and very big, which is as big as a mountain, and they fell to Earth.
And what happened when it fell to Earth?
People died. And I also saw hurricanes. It blew so much things. And I could see tornado that destroyed some buildings.
how about landslide?
I also saw a landslide that breaks some houses.
Okay, how about now? You tell about helicopter.
I saw the animal from Harry Potter that the name is Ariel. And it was like an octopus and it disappeared, but the
Wow.
shadow stayed there.
Where did you see?
I saw it on the sky.
And then keep telling the story.
And when it was gone, it became an angel that got big black wings.
And what was the name of the angel?
Lucifer. I could see Harry Potter lovers that casted spells to that animal, and they cast spells and more animals came out.
How about dragons?
I could see dragons that shoot fireballs to earth.
So where did you see the dragon appeared?
On the sky. I could see dwarves. They were small and they bit people's toes, fingers, and ears. And I could also see minions that scare people and bite them too. And I could see monsters from the Monster Inc. movie that step on people's foot and scare them.
Okay.
I could see wild animals from the jungle that came out. They eat people.
And then the birds?
I could see birds. If there's people which is dead, then the birds will eat them.
The giant bee?
I could see a giant bee that sting people.
And then what do people in hiding have to eat?
They ate scorpions and worms and anything that they could see.
Okay, how about the sea? What did you see in the sea?
I could see sharks and jellyfish. The sharks eat people and they were big. The jellyfish sting people and it was more hurt.
Where the seaweed?
I could see seaweeds that they became into shapes and they became like unicorns and some animals that I haven't really seen, and those animals came to land.
Okay.
They also eat people.
And how about the ships?
I could see ships burnt and they were gone after that.
And the big hole in the middle of the ocean?
I could see a big hole in the middle of the ocean and it looks like a black hole, but I don't really want to see what's in there.
Bermuda Triangle? Tell people about it.
I could see Bermuda Triangle. Suddenly there was a door coming out from it. It was a wooden door and the door opened by itself and I could see ships and planes came out from that Bermuda Triangle. And I could see people that's like zombies also, but then they did not change color.
The skin didn't change color.
Yes.
Okay, Catherine, you mentioned that God spoke to you that on October 10 there will be a big disaster. When the big disaster happened on October 10, where were you in your dream?
When the disaster happened on October 10, I was on space.
Okay, so when you were raptured, was there any disaster happening
No.
before you were raptured?
No.
So it was just like normal days?
Yes.
Okay. So tell us more. What did you see from space?
I could see lights, small lights, and they were Christians, and they were protected from bad things, like the dwarves and those spiritual animals.
How about from zombies?
Yes, they were also protected, and also from sharks and jellyfish.
Okay. And after you are done looking down to the earth, you said you went back to heaven, and what did you do?
Had a feast, and we could only remember people's kindness, but not the bad things that they did.
Um, What kind of feast?
So we ate food that I have never seen. That there is like that food there is on earth, but I didn't like it at earth, but on heaven I love it so much.
And who was at the feast?
There was angels, people, and I saw God at the middle of the table.
Okay. You said you saw your house.
Yes, I saw my house. It was gold, and it was big.
Over the road.
The road was golden. It was made out from gold.
Okay. Do you have something else or anything more to say?
So that's all about my dream. Thank you for your attention. God bless you. Bye bye.